Hi, I'm James, and I'm here with Prima.Law. Today we're going to be talking about Zapier. Zapier is an automation platform. So think of it like a centralized hub where you can connect all your apps to Zapier, and then you can start to automate actions in those different apps. So you could say if an action takes place in this app, I want it to automatically do this thing in this other app. Zapier is that main hub that facilitates all of that automation. So what I've done today is we're going to take a quick look at their website, and I'm going to actually show you how to create your first Zap using Zapier. And remember, according to their slogan, Zapier makes you happier. Let's continue. All right, so first we're going to head over to the website, and you can see they have over 1,000 apps. I think now they've advertised it's actually over 1,400 apps that work with Zapier. And you can start to browse them here. You can search by name here if you're doing research. Or one thing that's really useful is using over on the right-hand side the different types of categories you can start looking at. So if you're thinking about, getting involved with some automation on Facebook, just click right here and it'll show you the different Facebook integrations that they have. So Instagram, Facebook, Facebook ads, Facebook groups, a lot of fun things we can do. All right. Now, if my hiccups will stop, we're going to head over to Make a Zap. So let's click on Make a Zap here. And let's go to our dashboard. Nope, we're right here. Now let's go. Yeah. All right. So when we're making a Zap, you first need to choose an application that you want to be the triggering or the initiating app. So let's say that we create a contact inside Prima.Law. So you'll need an invitation link to be able to use Prima.Law with Zapier, but we have those. We'll give them out freely. They work really well. So we're going to choose Prima.Law as our app, and we're going to say when there is a new contact, we want that to trigger an action in another application. So we'll scroll down. You can see the list of the different triggers we have here. So there's a lot of things that you can use inside Prima that will trigger an action somewhere else. And we will be adding to those as well. All right, we're going to save that. We're going to choose which account. So this is where you would say, oh, I need to log in to my Prima account. You would click Connect an Account. I've already got a couple of my own for sample purposes, but you would click here. You would log in with your username and password, click Authorize, and you'd be good to go. So let's click, we're going to use this account here. So let's click Test. We'll just make sure that we have an active connection. And there we do. So we're going to go Save and Continue. So we've selected our trigger. And now let's add an action step. Okay. As test here, let's use this contact as a sample. So as you're going through the trigger, Zapier is going to say, all right, we're going to look into your database. We're going to see a recent contact you created. We're going to pull it in here, and we're going to use that for sample data as we go through the process of setting up this app. So let's go to Continue. And now we need an action step. So we're going to add one. We can click here too. And we're going to pick an action. Now, there's some other options. You can do a path or a filter or a delay, or you can do change the format of some data. Those are maybe a little more advanced, but let's cover them right now. A path says, all right, based on certain conditions, we want, if the last name is Smith, we want it to follow this route. If the last name is Sanchez, we want it to go on this route. And you can set those up. Filters, so you can say, I only want, in this example, I only want contacts that have an email address. So let's do that one. Well, let's add a filter. It's not hard. Filter, only continue if, save and continue. And what conditions are we trying to meet? These are the data fields inside of Prima. Here's the email field, so we'll click email because we only continue if the email exists. All right, test and continue. Now we could also do and, or, and set up a whole set of other conditions as well, but we're not going to. We're going to keep it simple. So let's test and continue. It says your Zap would have continued. Great, that's what we expected. and we'll move forward. All right, so now we're going to finally add that action step. I do that here. And we'll say that for this Zap, we want to send an email. So we're going to do our Gmail account. Here we go. And we're going to say we're going to send an email as the action. I'm going to click Save and Continue. And we're going to use just this account here. So again, you would log into your Gmail account. You would give it permission to use Zapier. And who are we going to send it to? Well, we're going to send this email to that new contact at their email address. And we're going to CC the firms, and we'll just use a static address like attorney, lawyer at Untitled.com, for example, right? And we can blind carbon copy. We can set who it's from. We can set a name. We can do a reply to address. Those are optional. Required is the subject. We'll just say welcome, like welcome to the law firm. And you've been welcomed. Now, ideally, you would add here, welcome to the firm. Here's a little about us. Here's what we can do for you. Here's how we like to do communication. Here's our WhatsApp group. Here's our whatever. Or maybe you use your Facebook for that. And you can actually add attachments as well. Now, that would be in the form of a URL. So you could attach, a file that you have sitting on your website by adding the link here. Let's click Continue. And now that we have that template set up, okay, follow along the left-hand side here. You see we're going to send an email with Gmail. And we edited that template. And now we can test the step. So let's send a test. And a test email was just sent to Gmail. So you can go check your Gmail account, and you will soon, like within seconds, see that email appear there. All right, so that's how easy it is to set up a Zap inside of Zapier. Now, the other thing you can do is you can add multiple actions. So you could say, you know what, after we send them an email, let's do another action, and let's send a notification to our Slack channel for customers. So we're going to send a channel message. So again, we chose our app. We chose what we're doing with it, what the action is. We're going to choose which account we're going to use. We'll use this one here. And you set up the template. So what channel should it go into? Well, we're going to say one of those. And actually, let's put it in, there's so many. Put it in that one. And what should the message say? Hi there. And what you can do is you can say, oh, let's add the name of the customer. So you can grab the data fields from here. And we'll say Robin Herbert, Boy Wonder, joined as a client. Here's his phone number. Treat him nicely. Let everybody know, blah, blah, blah. So you can do that as well. And then there's some more optional options here that you do or do not need to look at, really. Again, you could send a file with that, but we'll click Continue. And again, it's asking us to send a test. All right, we'll send a test into Slack. So if you go to look at your Slack account, you will see that message in the appropriate channel there as well. Now, let's look a little further. So we can add however many actions we want on here. And by using paths and filters, we can make, we can add the conditional logic that we need to automate different things here. All right, next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that we're saved. So we'll click Finish. It says, hey, you're done. Give it a name, and we'll say new contact gets email. You can put it in a folder. I'm going to put it in this one here. And then you got to turn the Zap on. So I'm going to turn that on. Now, sometimes it will take a second or two before it's done, but look, there, nice and quick. And you're good to go. Now we can click to see it on your dashboard. So on your dashboard, this is where you can see your different folders. You can see all the different Zaps you have in those folders, and you can You have some options here. You can duplicate it, you can copy it, you can look at the history of each one. You can get really granular with some of the data that it's doing. So anyways, there we have it. Yeah, it was about 10, 11 minutes now, and you know how to use Zapier. So as you can see, it's not really that complex. It's just a matter of knowing what's what, choosing your action, choosing the trigger that you want to trigger that action, setting up any filters you might need, and you can really begin to automate a number of different things in your practice. My name is James, and I am the founder of Prima.Law. I'm an immigration attorney first, and we use this in our practice to smooth out our automations and to smooth out our workflows and keep things going smoothly. If you have any questions, please contact us. Our support we have live during Eastern business hours. And you can find that on our website at www.primafashinow.com. Sign up for a free 15-day trial so you can make sure that this is going to be something that's going to save you time and money. The last thing I'll just mention before we end the video is cost. One of the biggest barriers people seem to have is they say, well, then I got to get a Zapier subscription and I got to get a subscription with all these other tools. Well, chances are you're using these other tools anyway, like Google Sheets and Google Drive and Google whatever. You may already be using Slack. You may already have even Clio. And hopefully you already have Prima.Law or you're considering getting it. Zapier is not that much more expensive. Let's take a quick look at pricing. Here you can see there is a free tier, a free pricing tier. You get 5 zaps. So that's 5 things you can automate in your law firm. You're limited to 2 steps. Okay. So 1 limit on that, but it is free if that's like truly a concern. Otherwise, you can cough up to $18.33 a month. You can get 20 zaps. That's automating 20 different things in your firm. You can have multi-step zaps, and you have access to premium applications. Now, if you need way more than that, bump it up to $50 a month. And if you're a super duper user and you've got tons of attorneys and tons of automations to set up, well, then that's $114.58 per month. And think about it this way. So Zapier, this is all you need. It's not like a per user. So even if you're the most expensive user in your small or mid-sized firm, you're looking at the commitment of $114.58 a month, which is way less than paying a programmer to do this. It's way less than hiring someone to do all of these tasks that you can now automate. So that's the spiel on the price. It's really not that bad. And you get to use the best and latest and greatest tools. So again, I'm James Betzold. Enjoy your day. We will see you back here for more reviews of apps that you should be using. Bye-bye.